Trash Talk episode 7. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. We're just gonna shoot this for like an hour and a half until LCS. Hopefully, it's gonna be chill, no real agenda. Um, talking about good old stories or what everyone's been up to now, because I feel like a lot of League fans, they definitely know you guys, like they definitely know everyone here, but I feel like of everybody, I guess I'm like the only one who's currently still like super entrenched with League. You guys all kind of split off and did your own thing.
Better for your mental health, man.
That's facts.
Really? TFT is better for your mental health than League?
Yeah, because the only person I can play him is Sport Dog.
So
True.
TFT killed me.
Wait, the only person the only person you can flame is who?
It's like the game dev, like Sport Dog. So he's like the face of the game.
Oh, I see. I mean, I heard that game is also really tilting, but maybe it's not.
You're bad, I guess.
No skill luck-based game. No skill luck-based game.
I heard they made it.
Gambling,
They
bro.
really made it like really
They did.
good recently with the updates. Is that true?
Yeah, I think it's really good. It's fun, like when they release a new set, and then literally you go on your friends list, and League on the side, and it's just like all like 30 row down, like TFT people,
Yeah. I've noticed that. TFT actually baits me because there's so many people who come back to the game. I'm like, oh, this guy's playing again, but no, they're just playing TFT. Scar, you play as well, right? Is that your main
I play
thing?
like every day. Yeah, it's like crazy how many people come back. Every single one of my friends comes back. When we were on that bus to the yacht,
God,
there was an
stop flexing.
8-person TFT game in the back, and I was like, oh my fucking god.
No, yeah, it
People are
actually is
serious.
huge.
It's like WoW expansions. Everyone comes back from the start, whatever, and then they just like eventually quit.
I don't know if that's gonna happen again.
Yeah, I might play the next one. The next one looks cool.
Are we running it back?
Yeah, be down. I'm gonna play it.
I mean,
We'll
we were at
see.
Sidion's birthday party, which was it was on a yacht, and in the back is just a bunch of people on their phones playing TFT together. Like,
Of course.
the game is so popular. What about you, Danny? I saw you've been doing Valorant role playing. How's that going?
Good. I've been doing all sorts of shit after League. I did like rhythm games for a couple months. I had like a Master Chef thing for a couple months too. That was fun. But yeah, now I'm hella into Valo. I play with Cutie a lot. It's like we're playing Valo, but it's like satire. We make fun of the Valo community while we're playing.
I love that though. I think people really like it.
When you ironically do something and eventually it becomes less ironic, do you feel like that's true for you guys?
Dude, it's like sheeshing. You guys know about sheeshing?
Yeah.
Everybody used to just make fun of sheeshing, and now everybody uses it as their filler like word. Everybody sheeshes.
I don't. I'm too old.
Never too early to start.
Dane, do you sheesh?
I mean, isn't that how it is? Like this, it's a boomer joke now, right? Like we're
Wait,
boomers, we
what?
can take it. I'm sure there's like some new TikTok thing people are saying that I don't fucking know about. So
No, there's always something new on TikTok that I have no idea about.
yeah,
Dude,
but
am I the
sheesh has
only
been
one?
retired to the boomers. Like your dad starts saying something or whatever, or like some old people start picking up like a
Yeah, then it
slang.
becomes super uncool. It's
Yeah,
like
but that's where sheesh is at right now.
everyone gets
No,
on
it's
Facebook
not.
because their
Sheesh is-
parents go on.
No, it's not. Sheesh is mad cool. Sheesh is like mad in.
How old are you again, Danny?
Dude, Sheesh is so in. Like,
How's bussin' right now? Is that the old fad, or is that like
I
kind of
think
still
I
popping?
think Bussin fell off, but Sheesh
Really?
is hella in.
Oh
Yeah,
my
bussin'
God.
bussin's kind of lame. I agree. I think
Wait, you
sheesh is
think
still cool.
Sheesh is cooler than bussin'?
Busting
Yes,
game,
I
game
do.
and went pretty fast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Is
My
this
bad,
what
my
it's
bad.
like when a bunch of old men get together and discuss like what the kids are into these days?
No,
the
I
kids
know the
bussin'
trends. Dude.
nowadays?
You guys gotta believe me, man. You guys gotta believe me. I'm with them. I hang out with these kids. They sheesh all the time.
No, you're right. If you play Valorant, they sheesh all the time. It's true. I'm taking notes, trying to
Jesus.
perfect my sheesh technique. But the way Cutie Pie says sheesh is actually like nightmare fuel. No,
it's like that.
It's scary, dude. Joey, I feel like everyone wants to
Yo.
know, man. What have you been up to? Where have you been?
I've just been kind of chilling, man. I've been at home. Honestly, just taking a break from everything that I was doing for 10 years, and just spending time with family, like working on my mental and health, like just honestly like a much needed break from everything. And I definitely didn't expect to be like not streaming or like making content or like posting on like social media for like so long, but I don't know. I was a few months in and I was just finding that like I was a lot happier. I wasn't really like, stressed out and bogged down by like all the stuff that was kind of like, tearing at me for a long time. And I don't know, I've just been doing a lot of like soul searching and not really like in a rush to like find a direction, It's kind of weird to like explain, but yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
No, I think we can all relate. Like when you step away from it for a little bit, sometimes like it just feels so good.
You know when Dave Chappelle like quit the Chappelle show and went off to Africa? Like that's VOYBOY right now. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, yeah, I came back from
Racist, or is
Africa.
did that actually happen?
No, that actually happened. He like turned down a $50 million deal. They're like $50 million to like do another season of this, and he's like,
Oh,
I'm good. And he just super dipped, like pretty much what VOYBOY did. And then he's like, where have you been? Like he came back. He's like, I've been in Africa for 2 years. Like what?
Yeah.
I mean,
my
yeah.
fate.
Sometimes the money isn't like important anymore. I think once you reach a certain point, you're just chasing fulfillment,
Yeah,
happiness.
definitely. It's like I definitely feel bad for like my fans and the people that like enjoyed watching me and support me and stuff. That's probably like one of the worst parts about it, but um yeah, I don't know. I definitely think like there'll be a time where like I stream and like do content and stuff like that again, but I'm not really in a rush to get there, and I kind of want to feel like I'm in like the best like mental and just like physical and just like everything state that I want to be in. So like the next kind of like chapters of like the book of my life or whatever, I make the best of it, and I'm just trying to like get to that point still. But yeah, it's a work in progress. That's how it goes.
Do you still play League off stream?
Not really. I played like a few games here and there. Sometimes I'll just play like a random game or with my girlfriend, but yeah, not like solo queue or anything like that.
Are you top 10 challenger on a Smurf right now? Gonna go peep the ladder.
Hey, dude, it's like season 4 when I was on Cursed Nomadic. I got top 10 in solo queue and nobody knew who it was.
Really?
Except yeah, you didn't know about that?
No, I didn't know.
knew.
What was your username?
It was Nomadic.
Nilematic. Interesting. I I don't even fucking remember that. Wait, do you guys play League
I
off
remember
stream?
that. No.
No.
What the
I play
fuck?
sometimes.
Oh,
It's kind of
wow.
fun.
Sane is the only one with a fucking iron fortress of a brain. He can handle
Really?
it.
I just laugh at it. Like the people just going the hell, going off. I just picture him as like some 17-year-old kid just spraying it out. And I can't take it serious.
Are you just full clearing, vibing to music?
I play support now.
Oh shit!
I'll get my rank up. I'll be in your game, and you can be like this
Okay.
fucking guy. He left my lane again. God damn it.
My God.
I just don't game off stream. Like I think it's weird.
What do you do when you're not streaming?
I sleep.
That's it. Just like, well, did my 8
Dude,
hours.
just always streams.
I just stream.
Wait,
I'm
actually, you've been
playing a game,
doing
why
like
not?
20-hour streams, right?
Yeah, like 15 hours a day ish.
Jesus.
Damn. What a beast.
It's fun though. Like I do it because it's fun.
I feel that. Like I don't like. I feel like like a normal 9 to 5 guy, does his job and goes home.
Am I
to,
muted?
Play,
No, I'm not right.
Games or like whatever, like watch TV, whatever. And like for me, it's like, well, my 9 to 5 is games. So like a lot of times I just like read or like I just watch like YouTube videos or something when I'm not streaming, because I stream like 10 hours a day right now, 10, 12.
Back when I would stream like 12 hours a day for like quite a few years, I actually just genuinely like loved it and like playing League and like the whole experience. Like I was just like I would hate to stop streaming. Just I would do it when I was like too tired, and I would like look forward to waking up the next day to do the same thing. I
Mhm.
think the streaming aspect didn't really change too much, but definitely like League itself, at least from my like window, like compared to years and years back, just turning on the stream and like popping like 12 hours of game of solo queue, it's a lot more. I don't know about recently, but yeah, at least for the last few years, it's been a lot more draining for me at least. So yeah, it's definitely not easy to do when you're grinding solo queue at least.
Do your guys' communities not believe you whenever you say like you actually like playing the game? like I always tell my viewers, like I actually like playing League. That's why I stream like 8, 9, 10 hours, and I feel good. Like I enjoy it. But then yeah, everyone always has this hateful relationship with League, with like everyone only plays because they're addicted, not because they actually think the game is fun.
Oh no, I watch your streams. You're definitely a liar. Like when I watch you play some games, I'm like, this guy's not enjoying it. He's not having fun.
Okay, but like obviously half the games I'm having fun, and half the games I want to fucking uninstall.
You can only
That's
feel the
what I
highs, you can't
say,
feel the
That's
lows,
a
you
good
know?
number, dude. 50%.
Yeah, dude, there's people out there who 90% of the games they want to fucking like jump off a building. Like the game is so tilting, man.
This is a good sell
You
on
just
League,
started
bro.
complimenting
Good
League.
sell,
You're like,
bro.
no one believes me that I love playing.
But
and
I
then, like,
do like
5
playing the
seconds
game.
later, you're like, this game sucks. No, I get what you're saying. That's kind of what I was trying to say. Like, okay, do you remember like years ago when you'd like do the same thing and play solo queue? Was it more enjoyable to you back then or less? Like just the game itself?
Oh, it was way more enjoyable then. There's no
That's
question.
what I'm
right?
saying. Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
yeah,
up
that's
until
what I'm
like
saying.
season like 7 or 8, I think. Those were like the good times.
Like I
After
think
that,
we
it
all
was
at
All the way
one
up to
point
7, jeez.
at one point we all
Wow.
loved playing the game. Where streaming like turning on your stream playing League all day was actually like fun. Like you would rather do that than have a day off. Like that was your
Yep.
day off. I don't know.
I could agree with that.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's now we're just actually like fucking reminiscing about the good old days. I wonder what it was. Like, what was it? Was it the novelty of having a game that you were really good at and people liked watching your stream, like that new experience, or was the game itself actually better then?
It was better, dude.
I like the idea because like I've picked up new games or things with all my friends, and the idea of when you're like in a collective group and you're all honing together. Like let's say I picked up poker with a bunch of friends. We're like, you shouldn't have played that hand, or you should have done this, or we're like working together to solve that puzzle. Kind of like when you're a pro, but it's like people used to do that even in solo queue. Like you just hang out with your boys and be like, no, you fucking missed that, or you shouldn't have gone here, or like you're just joking or whatever. And it's like
Yeah.
I miss that honing together with like the community aspect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
I feel you on that. I definitely feel like solo queue. It used to be more like just like playing games with like the boys. Like you see a lot of homies. Like I don't know. It just felt like the vibes. It's like
Yeah.
sounds weird. It felt like the vibes were better back in the
Like,
day, which
he's-
it sounds so boomer and like like nostalgia tripping or whatever. But I genuinely feel like it's like actually true.
Basically, what he's saying is that there's not as much little fuckers running around anymore, man. Or like back then, there weren't as much little fuckers running around. Nowadays, it's like fucking
That's it.
every game you got 3 little fuckers like just shit talking and flaming. Like they don't know how to play the game either. Back in the day, though, like
The vibes, man.
the vibes were just good.
Do you guys think because the game was smaller then and there was less players in those like high-rated lobbies that like there was more of a sense of community? Because obviously, when you know everybody in it, you're not going to flame or run it down or like just be really toxic.
I think it was before the idea of streaming and before the idea of esports, where people play games like there wasn't a you don't have to go in the game and be like, oh, there's a weird hidden agenda. Like everyone fucking just wants to play the fucking game. Yeah. Nowadays, it's like I go into games and I feel like
Everyone's
not
trying
about
to
the
be the
game
next LCS
sometimes.
player.
yeah, it's like people are like trying to be like it's all about them, Like I'm sure there was like a lot of selfishness back then too, and I just didn't know. But it feels a little bit different. I can't really put my finger on it that easily, but it does feel like the landscape's changed. I don't know if the game has gotten better or worse, but like the magical moment that you capture with people just seems like the duration's a lot lower. When a new game like Valor comes out, like the first like 3 months are like fucking sick, and then or like the first 2 months, and after that you're like, okay, well now it gets a little iffy. Whereas I feel like that magical moment lasts a little bit longer before. Nowadays, I feel like that's the time span's a little bit shorter.
I think whenever you play a team-based game and the meta becomes really well known because of like pro players and streamers and like guides on YouTube and all your favorite fucking players on Twitch are talking about how you need, like, if you're gonna play Valorant, you need to have an Astra. Like, you're trolling if you don't play one Sentinel. Like, it has to be fucking Cypher, or not Cypher. You know what I'm talking, Chamber. Like, the same thing happens in League. Like, you get these expectations really quickly about like, this is the meta, this is what you need to do. I feel like Voy probably felt this the hardest because like you're fucking playing AD LeBlanc top and I'm like losing my fucking sanity on stream. But
Dude, I did fine that game.
no, you did
by
fine.
the way.
You did fine. You
Yeah.
did fine. I was surprised. I actually, yeah, I gotta commend you. You made it work. But like, when a game comes out, you don't have those expectations of like what kind of comp you need. You know, you don't know what your jungler should be doing. You don't even really know like when you start playing a game like what your jungler can be doing. But then after a while, when you get good and you get more studied, I feel like that's when the fun goes away. Because yeah, you have expectations of your teammates. I don't know. I feel like TFT is really different though because it's a complete solo game, right? Like you can't get griefed by
Ooh.
somebody.
No, TFT is even worse in that regard.
Yeah,
like
meta just gets solved. Yeah.
the meta gets solved, or like I would say not completely. Like 80% of the meta gets solved in like a couple days. And like if you're playing low elo out here, like in gold or whatever, like lower elo, what happens is like everyone just does the same thing. Like it's like fucking building blocks. Like people all build the same blocks. And so
I
if you're
see.
not doing that, like you're not having fun, like almost at all.
Really?
So it's like
even though it's a solo
like,
game, like you're doing your own thing and everyone else is playing the meta and then you're not having fun?
because it's not a solo game, because it's like you interact with other people's boards and their boards are like, holy fuck, they built like Exodia. And you go over to your board, you built like a Tonka truck, and it's not the same. Like
But you can't get griefed by the other people in the game. The same way in Valorant,
Yeah,
you know,
you
you can
can.
get griefed by
There's like a shared pool of units. So like if I'm going something, you go something, then you take all my units. Or like there's like a carousel, you take their items, like that kind of stuff.
I see. So you can. Interesting.
How
Yeah, so-
often do people like try to grief at like higher levels of games
Yeah.
though?
They'll do it to like stop you from like they'll do it in a competitive thing. Like I don't think they do it maliciously. You know what I mean? Unless you're I
Mm.
feel like the TFT community, everybody's like super chill. Like nobody's like telling you to kill yourself or anything like that. You know. So I think
Wow.
everybody's like pretty chill.
I
It's a pretty
missed
good
that.
community.
Joey, we look like we found your new game, bro.
TFT, dude, that's the vibe, man. No, that sounds good. So in competitive, you mean like people will strategically deny you stuff, but they're not like trying to like ruin your game, basically. That's
Yeah,
what
they'll
you
be
mean?
like,
Yeah.
if this guy gets this, like he'll probably
Okay,
win
got
the
it, got
game.
it.
No,
And they'll
in
just-
League, it's like you fuck up if you're jungling and you fuck up a gank, then that player there's just a percentage chance that player will now intentionally try to lose the game for everybody. Like it's just, or like you say something wrong, like you chat and you say like, oh, I think you could have flashed in when I went, like, and just, boom, game over. Like it's just. That's like probably part of like why everyone has such a toxic relationship with League is like you're so reliant on everyone on your team like not having a mental breakdown. It's
Dude,
yeah.
like, oh my god, when I was still playing a bunch, like I just remember thinking a lot of the solo queue games evolved into like pretty much like a daycare simulator where you're just trying to hope that like, you know, I mean, a lot of times people be fine on your team, but then sometimes just be like the babies that you gotta like stop from crying and like throwing tantrums and stuff. And then you'd be like anxious, like, you know, if one thing goes wrong, yeah, someone just decides to like ruin the game for everyone. So then I'm there sitting there typing like, hey guys, like it's fine, like we can still win, game's not over, like let's just focus on Baron or something like that. And then they start like cussing you out, like it makes it worse, and you're like, oh my god, like I don't know, maybe I shouldn't have said anything. It's not fun, man.
Wait,
Not fun.
that's the main thing I remember about playing with you in solo queue. Or like I would be on like a account that you didn't know how I was.
Yeah.
Or like I play with High, he'd do the same thing. He'd always be like trying to talk people down. Be like, I'm gonna do it, man. Like I'm gonna run it down. Like, no,
Literally.
we love you. We're your friends. Like, I'm gonna
Exactly.
fucking run down mid right now.
I kind of miss it some in a weird way, but yeah, that shit. Like, dude, literally, it happened like so many times every single day. It's crazy.
Boy, honestly, that's the difference between me and you. Like, I'm literally the exact opposite. Someone's like, I'm gonna run it down and sell my items. I'm like, do it, pussy. Like, I'm gonna report you right after this game, you motherfucker. Like,
Dude, but like when they would push me to like my breaking point, there was a point where I'm pretty sure I said that a few times. Like, okay, fine. Like, I just like gave up certain days. Like, I'm just like, you know what? I can't take care of these guys, man. You guys do whatever you want. I'm just gonna play. I'm gonna farm mid, but oh
it's-
man.
you're the master negotiator. How about you don't run it down this game?
Yeah, you
next
can
time.
int us in like a week.
Yeah,
You'll
how
pay it
about next
back.
week?
Yeah.
I just got reminded about something me and Danny talked about in our hotel room in Vegas, which is, you said that, or you mentioned to Tactful that his salary was more than your entire team's was back when you played. So how much did you guys make back in the day, salary wise? Like, you know, season like 2 to 5.
Holy
I remember
you
I
really wanna
started.
know?
Go ahead.
Dignitas was, I think we were paid $3K a month.
You guys got a salary?
Like it's like 3 to 3.5,
Damn,
which
fucking, you
sounds
got
like
a
an
salary.
okay amount.
That's a lot.
No,
What
no,
season
no.
was this?
No, I think it's
Because we got paid like $200 a year when I was on Dig.
that's what it felt like, because we had to pay rent.
I don't think
That was
I
the
got-
biggest thing. Like
I
we
don't
had to
think I
pay
got-
rent.
I don't think I paid a salary until like the end of season 2, or like and even our streaming money. Remember, I don't know if it was before your time, but Own3D like didn't pay out the streaming
Yeah.
money.
No, I got
And they had to, like,
they still
sue
owed me
them?
like 50K at the end when they went bankrupt. Fuck
Oh,
MTV.
yeah. So like
Yeah,
we didn't get paid shit.
Mhm.
I just remember I lost money being on the team. I just don't know how. I think
You
maybe
lost money.
it was like 2K or something, and then we had to pay like 1.1K plus for rent, and then it ended up just
Wait,
being
your
like,
team charged you rent? Dude,
I
at least
told
CLG
you
treated
that.
us better than that.
We were famous for being the only team in the league that still charged rent.
No, I've
We were well
never even heard
known.
of that.
And then
The
like
fuck?
what happened was like our like Dig would just use us as a hotel. Anytime there's a big event, it doesn't matter what we were doing on the weekend. They would just send in like, oh, E3 is this week. We're gonna send a camera crew over there. We're gonna send some journalists. They're gonna sleep on your floor, okay? And we're like, no, it's like fucking important LCS week for us. It's like it doesn't matter. And then we just have people at our house all the time.
Dude, the way that OD managed Dig, like that is like such a pinnacle of like the old school, like slimy ass esports, like just cut as many corners as possible, like fucking treat your players like trash. That is fucked up, dude.
But you know, he always promised his staff, like, we're gonna make it one day. We're gonna sell to a big company. I was like, this guy's fucking on something. He's taking some drugs. He's never gonna sell to a big company like the 76ers. And I was fucking wrong. I will admit it right now. He fucking did it. I can't believe it.
Your problem
but
now, man.
He did it. Props, like actual props.
Actually, the Slans did that. They like because Dig had like a spot, and they bought the spot, like partnered with OD, and then they're the ones who like did all the 76er stuff.
Yeah. The slants were.
Yeah, the Slans are.
Ooh,
Okay,
we
tell
go
the story
way
about
back.
the slants. Tell the story about the slants to the audience.
Any story? I mean, no, it's like it's too malicious, man.
Really?
Let's just say that. I mean, Danny probably has some. He was the OG Slan person.
Are you guys talking
I
about
mean,
the
they-
guy whose dad was a piano salesman and he ended up
Yeah.
owning a
Yeah, the
team?
Steinway piano.
I don't really
Yeah,
know what the fuck was
Coast.
going on. I just remember that guy was like really sketchy, and like people were wondering like how did he get his money, and it's like his dad who was a
Oh, Mike.
his dad was like a
Mike
piano salesman
Mike was
who
like a-
didn't know
Mike
anything
was
about
like a poker
esports, and he
player.
kept getting looped
Yeah,
into like
poker player.
esports calls and like giving his advice, like his 2 cents, but they were literally worthless because he'd never like fucking played a video game before, something like that.
Yeah, Mike was crazy. He had like a bunch of trap houses and shit. That's how he got his money.
What the fuck is a trap house?
Like where he would like get these rental houses or in Vegas where it's super cheap, and he would make every single room he would cover it in like weed, like growing weed with like hydroponics.
Oh yes, and his team was always the stoner team.
Yeah.
Wait, Danny, were you on that team?
I was on that team. I didn't smoke none of that though. I didn't smoke none of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was when I was on
I
Team
see.
Coast. That was when I was making 12. I was making LCS minimum, 12.5K a split.
I think
So
we're
it's like-
all pretty close to minimum. The first year that I made more than the minimum was probably like season 5 when we actually won. We literally won LCS, and I think my salary at the time was 60K.
God damn.
You got minimum season 3 and
3 and
4.
4. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Or like very close. Like if I got more than the minimum, it was by like 5 or 10K.
mean,
And I remember
Gator,
season 5, I was like, oh my god, they doubled my salary. I'm making 60K a year. I'm rich.
I mean, Peter, you did almost get relegated.
Yeah, true. But I was hard carrying CLG. Like it's so gross.
Yeah, I remember
I
this
was like
one
1v5.
contract. I got a raise. I got like a 12.5K split raise to like 13.5. I was freaking ecstatic.
Oh
Dude,
shit!
nowadays these kids get like freaking was it half mil contracts and shit.
The LCS average, or I think median, one of the median or average is, so the most average player that you can imagine in LCS is making 400K a year.
Let's go.
That's disgusting.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Good for them, man. Get the bag.
Pop in, it's like 1 to 2 mil a year. 2 or 3 year contracts.
I like how the immediate reactions were, "That's disgusting," and "Let's go." I'm kind of in
That's
between
just-
the two. I'm like,
So what do you
I'm
guys
like,
think about
"Let's
that?
Go, but like,
Like
I'm-
happy
It's
anger.
cool.
Steve,
happy
Steve's
anger.
reminding me of when I got paid to do LOL Pro guides. $300 per guide. I would sit there for hours busting my ass for $300. Nowadays, like, you couldn't get a fucking pro player to sit down for more than 30 minutes to write a guide. They would put in the least amount of effort, even if you paid them like fucking 5K, 10K to do it. Like, I think like, it's
Dude,
it's
we
just
did the
crazy
LOL
perspective
Pro guide.
difference.
We did the LOL Pro guides too. I remember in like season 1, Reggie would hit me up to write guides for solo mid. I wrote like a Renekton guy and like an Ezreal guy or something like that, and it was like homework. I was just like, oh, this sounds fun. And they would get like millions of, like, the solo mid guides would get like millions of views. You remember?
Yeah.
Did anyone write those?
Those were huge.
Those were
I don't know.
huge.
Yeah,
Yeah, one
yeah.
for every
Like,
champ.
massive.
Yeah. So it was like, oh yeah, I did a Renekton one too. It was like a big deal to do a solo mid guide back then.
Yeah.
And it was just everyone
Like, I got
writing
your
them
name
for
out
free.
there.
Yeah, it was just writing guides for free, and like obviously nothing in return. But yeah, that was a fun time.
Dude, if it's like back then, it's so different because like a literal silver or gold player could write a guide, and if it was well written and it made sense, like they would get so much attention and views. Like, oh my god, what an amazing guide! Like nowadays, if you're anything below a challenger player trying to make a guide, you get laughed out of the room. Like it was so different back then. But
I remember a lot of the guys that, like you said, were written by like silver or gold players that it was just like, well, they would like write it well, but like the advice and the
Yeah, it would be
strategies in it was
terrible.
so bad, and it would be like the most popular guide. So you'd see everyone playing like the worst builds and stuff, and then just even at like higher elos, it was really weird. But I was gonna say on the salary thing, I feel like for me, like it's like obviously it sucks that like most of us didn't play in the time of like higher salaries, but at the same time, it's kind of like a good thing that like we like struggled so like they could like fly, like that those salaries like scaled up on the backs of like our like hard work through
you
LCS
walked
and
so
stuff
they
like
could
that.
run.
Exactly, dude. That's what I'm
But
saying.
would you rather be the walker or the runner? I'm just curious.
I was
I
a
mean-
part of the walking and the running, and I gotta say, it feels good both ways because I feel like you're like everyone here, you guys are all respected for paving the way. And then, finding success afterwards and still making a living for yourself is like it's like very respectable stuff. But it does suck that you didn't get the easy 400K, 300, 400K salary per year for doing, in my opinion, people are doing less work now as a pro player than people were doing like 6-7 years ago, right? You have coaches, you have a fucking sports psychologist, you have potentially a physical trainer or like a personal trainer to get you to be healthy. Like all these things, you have cooks. Transportation is all covered. Amazing fucking amenities. A fucking transportation to the facility, like amazing apartment, completely comped by the company. Like there is so much less work you have to do. You just have to show up and play the fucking game. VODs are spoon fed to you. Like, and I went through like the initial part where you were your own coach. Like every player was their own self-sufficient being that could like coach themselves, find the VODs, like talk to their teammates. But and I was also a part of the other part where everything is like very handheld. And
What do you think was better? Because I was never really a part of the era where like you were taken care of and like your hand was held and you had like support, like strong support structure, like fostering the team environment. Kind of like what did you think like of the differences?
I mean, shit's just way easier, at the end. Like, I was also very lucky, I gotta say, because I was on, for like the last 3 years of my career, I was essentially on like a super team. Like, my team was just totally stacked as fuck. And I was like very lucky because I can imagine my experience is like way different than a bottom tier team who's like struggling to make playoffs and stuff. I don't know. I feel
That's
like
fair, yeah.
it's hard because
I mean, I understand. I was on a team with cuties, so I have the same understanding.
terrible.
Direct empathy. No, he was a super team by himself.
Oh, you're a super team, all right. But you guys remember when we went to IM Hanover and they lost his luggage at the airport? And then,
Oh yeah, I remember that.
yeah, we're like, so you're gonna get some new clothes, right? Because we're there for a week. And he's like, no, I'm just gonna wear the same thing every day. I thought he was kidding. I'm like, that's a good joke. Like 5 days later, still wearing the
Not
same.
doing like that, bro.
And before that, we were scared because I think Odie told us like Cutie's like lost in like some random kind of like Switzerland or something.
Yeah,
And
I
he was
remember
like he
that.
like missed his flight, and we're like, oh my god, Cutie's like not gonna make it for the games. But then he showed up, but just without any luggage. Dude, the
PewDiePie-
old. Oh no, go ahead.
I was gonna say PewDiePie is one person who I feel like has not aged since I met him. He looks and acts the exact same. Do you
I
guys
love
think
it,
he'll
though.
he'll just like always look and act that? Maybe it's because he looked older for his age like 10 years ago, but it's just this guy. Something.
Wait, Scara, do you remember when you guys won? I think it was like IPL 3. It's the one that was in
Yeah,
Atlantic City, and they're like interviewing you guys or whatever after you won.
yeah.
He's like, I want to thank my Apache whatever something for training me in the dojo. He's just was like rambling off on some crazy shit I've never. And you're just sitting there like, yeah, like.
Oh, was
think
he
it was-
shouting out like
What?
his boys?
I think he was
Yeah,
shouting
he's
at
got
his
his,
four-
like,
he-
Like
he was shouting at his
Marvara,
4chan
like
friends.
Yeah.
like those guys. I remember
that-
that. Dude, I was so sad that tournament. I was like a few months too young to attend, so I couldn't like Ride didn't let me go.
Oh, because it's in a casino.
I guess, yeah.
It's
And
actually
so
crazy.
they were we had to find a sub and we got Lo Cicero, right?
Yeah.
That was his name? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that
Pantheon guy, right?
He could,
Yeah,
he could
yeah.
only play Morgan Rise, and then they didn't ban Morgan Rise, and so we won.
That guy was goated, man.
Damn.
There was so many
times.
There was so many like pro players back then that just like
Dude.
could not hang past like 2 months in. Like I remember Elements was like famous for his tier list. He had this website called Reign of Gaming where he was fucking pumping out gaming news. It was super popular, and it turned out like right as he got kicked from CLG that he was stuck in plat. Like it's crazy. I'm so grateful for him because like obviously that's when I got in, but damn, dude. There was a lot of players back then who just could play like one or two things. So what do you guys think about? Would you guys all rather be pro players now than before? Would you rather be like an average player in LCS right now, or would you rather be one of the OGs as you are now?
I don't think
Uh,
I can go ahead.
I was thinking about this, but it was like, I feel like the league was only got really popular because like of the people who like obviously pioneered it, but it's because like they're so like special. Like Double, like you like were pretty core because you had like the story that come with that. I think that like grabbed a lot of people's attention to League. Like there was like a core group of people that made League really popular, and there's like also like some like forgettable like or like replaceable ones. And I was just thinking like I don't think League would have grown as big if it weren't for like those people.
Yeah.
I was replaceable, so I'd rather be a fucking pro now. But like fuck it, you know?
I mean, if you think about it, like when leagues started really kicking off in popularity, I don't know, like season like 1, season 2, a lot of it was on the backs of like the OG streamers like Hotshot and like, you know, like Doublelift and like even like, you know, me and like a lot of the other guys at the time that were streaming, and like we would get a lot of views compared to like other forms of like you know, video games or like content at the time. And then I feel like the esports scene really just started like it turned into like this like ball of momentum and got a lot of people around the world like invested in it. And then it kind of just started like, and then Riot started like doubling down when they realized like the potential of it, and it kind of just, I feel like, snowballed from there. But yeah, I think there's definitely a lot to say about like the early like personalities and people that were there in League, because even like when I meet people that haven't played League in like, let's say like 8 years or something like that, they'll remember like the old, like the OGs, like the good old days, and they'll still like reminisce about like Hotshot and like those guys, like, and you know, it's weird, but I feel like there was a lot of fans that kind of got introduced to the game through those different forms, and then, you know, maybe they don't play anymore, but I definitely feel like it was a really big reason why it took off in the first place like so much.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch the show Players? Like the
Yeah.
one that just
Not
came out?
I
yet.
watched the first 3.
I watched the first 2 episodes on stream, and I was. I'll let you guys go first.
I mean, I was asking like, what do you like? I think it's not exactly close, but it's like I feel like I've been in a lot of these scenarios before.
It was pretty on point.
Yeah, it's pretty on point.
It was pretty on point, I thought.
Yeah.
Wait,
I
you
think,
watched it on? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What?
I think it was.
Well, I
pretty
thought
good.
I thought some of the shit was fucking cringe. Like I could like some of the jokes just like totally did not hit for me, and I was just like, I am in pain. But like
Dude,
the
every
depiction.
joke hit me so hard. I was laughing my ass off everything.
What?
Fucking even off the intro. Yo, it's fucking cream cheese. I'm like, holy shit.
Wait,
I'm
you
just
watched it on
negative.
stream?
Yeah, the
They
first
had
two episodes on YouTube.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, that's smart. Got it. Yeah, I'll watch it soon. I didn't get a chance yet. Wait, how many guys were filming in it? I know Danny and Scara. Wait,
You guys were in
Peter
it?
is.
I didn't get in it.
Spoilers.
Oh, is that a
Hey,
spoiler?
dude, I don't know. Hey, man.
Oh, I don't know either. I don't know. Yeah, I
He's
don't know.
gonna have,
Never
like, a
mind.
long
I don't know.
story.
No,
No,
I
dude,
lost
like-
I hit my
Yeah,
head. I
boy,
lost my
don't know,
memory.
boy, like, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Boy, I don't know.
Wait, I don't know. Anyway,
I guess
next
I don't know
topic.
either.
Peter, next time.
Oh, so Lena wanted to bring up something pretty interesting. So, Saint, you have 150,000 followers on Twitter.
Okay.
How many followers do you think Core JJ has? World champion, 3 years in NA.
Well, he like never
One of the
tweets.
goats.
He like tweet like one time like good game or something, you know. But
Yeah. But how many
he probably
followers
has
do you
like
think
he
is
probably has
guest?
like 100K at least.
Oh wow, you're spot on. Yeah, he's 100K. How about Special?
Probably like 150, 100.
Dude, you're fucking cheating. You're fucking
I'm literally
Googling
looking
it.
right at you.
All right, fuck, you're too good. Yeah, he's at 160. He's at 160.
Okay.
You're really good. You're really accurate today.
But how many of those are bots? You know what I'm saying?
No, dude, I mean maybe some of them are bots.
Like think about like you've had your Twitter account. Like literally every day I turn on my Twitter and it says like people following. It's like here's 10 new NFT accounts or whatever or something, you know. And it's like think about how you have your Twitter account over like 10 years or however long. And that
yeah.
accruing like over time, you know what I mean? And I know
Yeah.
they like get rid of bots and stuff, but it's like, bruh.
I think they get rid of a good amount. I guess the point is just that the League fandom back in the day was really crazy. Like it was really crazy. Like League
of
was such a
course.
cultural phenomenon in America in a way that Fortnite was like 3 years ago. And right now I don't really know if there is like maybe Valorant is the new cultural phenomenon, right? Like where everything that touches Valorant in that sphere is just insanely hot. If you join a team with tens, you could be the shittiest fucking social media person ever. You could tweet once every 2 weeks. You could barely stream, but you will get a ton of following.
The best thing that I remember was when Buddha won the Fortnite World Championship. He went from like I think 10,000 people on Twitter to I think 600K in like a day. Like it was he went like ballistic.
Yeah.
Bro,
Wait, I
even
got-
I was
yeah.
watching that.
I was
like
watching that.
That was the craziest
Yeah,
thing in the world.
It was the Fortnite World Championship. Everyone's fucking
Yeah, it's
watching
Pog,
that.
dude.
Well, I got
I
a
mean,
question for you guys.
Oh,
Or,
go ahead.
well, do you guys think that nowadays like League has more interesting personalities than it did like in our generation? I feel like I don't want to sound like a boomer, like back in my day things are better, but I feel like the personalities in like the first 5 seasons of League are like 10 times in the situations people would be in and the shit that'd be going. Like, we used to like stream our scrims, man, and that's like on berserk. You know, like I feel like the personalities and the shit that was going down is like way crazier and stuff. And you know, you mentioned Core JJ, right? It's like
Yeah.
you're not really getting to see him as a person. Like he doesn't. Yeah, he streams like Camless or whatever, playing solo queue or something, but he's not like getting into an argument with fucking like Doublelift, like because they didn't come push out bottom or some shit.
Getting
on
into an
stream.
argument with Elements on stream.
Yeah, or that or something. You know what I mean? Like me too, but yeah, we all did some stupid shit. But it's
I
like,
mean, I was
yeah, it was way more raw and like you got
Same.
to see like what the fuck was going on. You know what I mean? So that's why I think like the whole Core JJ thing or like all that kind of stuff and social media, like
Well-
you're not as involved or invested in like what people are doing or what's going on.
Well, the major difference I think is if you're making 400K a year, do you really care about making 30 or 40K a year streaming your ass off? Like
Probably not.
you like back then we were talking about making $12,000 a split, and before then making less than that. Before the LCS minimum guarantee, like I think everyone was probably making between like 5 and 10K a year playing pro.
Yeah.
So streaming it's the future. It's how you make most of your money. Actually, I would say like that's probably why all of us grinded streams so fucking hard. It's because like playing pro isn't paying the bills, streaming is. So I don't even really blame the players that much because they're just getting paid so hard to play the game well. but brand building, like being funny, engaging with your fans, like on Twitter and stuff, like that stuff, it's not important anymore. It's such a small fraction of the money they make.
I don't think it's a money thing. Back then, like I streamed and I was like, okay, like I think a good example is like I used the subreddit a lot, like the League of Legends
Yeah.
subreddit.
Yeah.
Like all the pros talked on there. Like we would literally just shit talk another team or another person, like in the comment section. You go down there, and be like, "Oh fuck, dude,
Oh, the
this guy
post
just
game?
popped off."
Yeah.
Yeah, like everyone after a game, literally no shit. I just see Cutie be and like Cutie would be like on the post game subreddit. When we play against TSM, we beat them. Oh my fucking god! It would just be like a 30-minute just session, a Reddit session of us reading the comments. You know, it would be like we were like really invested. You know, I didn't care about like my streaming money at the time. I just feel like I wanted to do stuff. I remember I I think 100 interviews the first year or something, maybe more, because I just like to talk, and it just ended up being like, well, people knew a lot about me because I couldn't shut the fuck up. You know, and I think nowadays, like, they don't take any interviews. They don't like, they're not on Reddit. They don't tweet. Like, yeah, people, you talk about Core's Twitter. Like, he actually is fucking funny. It's the
He
worst
is.
part. He
Yeah,
pops
I
off like
Corey,
a,
it's funny.
he pops a banger like every 2 months. But like, once every 2 months is like kind of a long time. Like maybe once every 6 months. The other entire time I just looked at his Twitter. It's like, I like to support Honda. It's like, bitch, I bet you this is like a tweet that they made, they crafted and forced you to tweet behind the scenes, you know? Like, you don't support Honda, TL does. Like, we all know that, right? So it's like, no one really cares. I think we talked about this before, Peter, where it just ended up being like, you know, we didn't even think of it as brand building. I think only afterwards people were like, oh, you gotta focus on your brand. It's like, well, I just thought Twitter was fucking funny.
It was fun.
I still think Twitter's fucking funny.
Yeah.
And like I thought Reddit was fucking funny, and I still think it is. So it's like we just engaged a lot more on stuff. And then after, I think over time, when everyone got really like angry, like at each other and at pros, like pros backed off of social media for sure. You lose a game, even at the end of my career, you lose a game in season 2 or 3, it fucking felt bad. People were just shit talking you. You got death threats. It was like, well, shit, I don't really want to talk to people who give me death threats all day. Like I'm just gonna like go dark for a couple of weeks and grind it out. And if you keep losing, you just keep going dark.
Yeah.
You know?
That's
that
true.
I was gonna say that was definitely like a pretty bad experience for me, especially like the last year I played pro when I switched to mid. Like even before I played any games, people were like, "Oh, Voy, like go back to top lane. Like we miss you there. Like you ruined like you're hella dumb. Like this kind of stuff." And then we'd play like LCS games, and you know whether like I would play an off meta thing or like you know we would just like throw the game or lose or whatever. I just remember being I would have like so much anxiety over like looking at the Reddit threads because I just knew there would be just so many people like talking smack, and like a lot of times they would just be saying like wrong stuff or like they wouldn't even have any idea what they were saying, but like people would upvote it and like circulate that stuff, and it would just become like some like you know Reddit circle jerk for a time. So that like mob mentality definitely can like I don't know how it is now, but yeah, it definitely affected me like super negatively when I was playing back then. So then I just started like not reading it, like avoiding it, all that, you know, the usual. But yeah, definitely takes a bit out of you if you're affected by it for sure.
Yeah. But I feel like that stuff always existed. I even remember when Nintendo X retired and he talked about how the community toxicity was like a huge reason why he didn't want to compete anymore. And it's like that was literally 7 years ago. That community toxicity has been around since day one, like Scar was saying, season 2 and 3. I feel like that can't possibly be the deciding factor in like why people care more about streaming 10 years ago than they did now.
I mean, it can be for some people. I mean, I was on a team with Josh or Nintendo, and he was like, he was like a pretty sensitive guy. And he streamed a lot, so he was really in the community. He would read absolutely every single thing, absolutely everything negative, everything nice, and like, I mean, he just cared for people. You know what I mean? Like he wanted to be he's a people pleaser. So like, it absolutely like impacted his mental, and like I get why.
I'm not saying it doesn't impact. I was just saying like it's not a difference maker between like people streaming caring about brand building back then and now, because it's like it's consistently been horrible on people's mental.
It gets worse with the mentality of the game. So I think especially for NA LCS, like people have shit on NA LCS so much that like you can't have a good achievement in NA. If you win the game, oh, it's just LCS. If you win the split, oh, it's just spring split. You win both splits, oh, it's not worlds. You go to worlds, you place like top 8, well, it's just fucking top 8. You play like, well, and like you can't have a good result because people are so jaded in North America, and it's definitely felt that way over time, where it's like it like that goes into the community where like everyone's just fucking mad. I feel right now, someone talked to me, how would you fix LCS? They have to win worlds. I feel like for like the community to like be like have a slightly positive fucking turnaround, win worlds, maybe even semis or like finals, but like it's like you can't without a good world performance. It's not like you have to convince like the majority. It's not just like it just sucks that that's the case. I feel like it's just gotten worse.
What are we waiting for, guys? Let's run it back. let's right here. Let's win worlds. This is the squad.
Okay,
Who's
wait. Scar can play support. We've got mid, jungle, VOYBOY top.
Put your hand in the middle if you're down. Okay. That's a little. The boys. Let's go.
We're the best. Unfortunately, guys, franchising is a thing now. I don't know if they're gonna allow us in.
But I always thought that was such a hilarious thing, how you just come in with a bunch of mercenaries and it's just like, we're here to take out one of the teams, you know?
Dude.
And then you just like, where did our team go? You just get
That's kind of
relegated
like
or whatever.
Delta Fox, though, right? Like we were supposed to come in and be like, we were supposed to kind of
The
own.
legends.
Like, I mean, this was like a content stream team, but like,
Dude, I swear to God, if we could have scrimmed, we would have owned, because we actually were beating a lot of those teams.
Where they
We
wouldn't
would've-
let
we
you
would've-
stream scrims,
You guys
right?
didn't
Is that what
stream
happened?
because QtiePie had a stream schedule? Is
no,
that why?
No.
We were gonna stream all of our scrims, and then Riot told us we weren't allowed to stream our scrims.
Yep.
It was on Tourney Realm? Is that
Oh,
why?
I remember
No,
that.
it was just
No.
public server. We weren't even scrimming against teams. It was just like 5 pros, like forming a random like pub team, and they wouldn't let us
Whoever
stream it.
told you that rule is so fucking stupid. Like, you
We
guys are literally
argued.
playing a
We even
custom game.
argued.
It's
Yeah,
a
our
custom
first
game
scrim,
against
we had,
5
like,
random.
200k plus combined viewers or something like that.
Like they literally shot themselves in the foot, man. Like everyone would be watching that. Everyone would be watching a team of 5 having fun, taking the game seriously at the same time, and like making League cool. But they literally just swatted that shit away. Like they're so dumb.
Yep.
That is crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
yeah, that shit was. I'm still mad at Riot for that.
So what was
Yeah,
the vibes
it
like
made
at the
no
end?
sense.
I mean, I was pissed because I mean, I know me and Dash were like fucking fuming because we wanted to win, but like we also stream, so.
You guys have to play like your weekly match after not scrimming. You just get dumped and like, hey, it's the boys.
Yeah, I was really sad because I genuinely wanted us to do well, and we actually were like close to winning, like I don't know, like 3 or 4 of the series. Like we it would be like 1-1 or something, and then we would just like randomly throw like the last game. And then we were playing, because the thing is, back then relegation was like the franchise spot was still up for grabs, so we were playing against teams that were getting paid like really well, like scrimming like 8 hours a day, whatever it was. So these were like serious teams trying to like turbo try hard, trying to win. And on the other side, like we probably could have beat a lot of them if we just got to practice like even a little bit. So I was just upset, and I would try to overcompensate with it by like watching the VODs, like researching their picks, like coming up with drafts for us. Like I remember sending like essays about like what we should run for team comps and stuff, and then like in the end, like none of it really felt like it was like enough to pull us over. But yeah, it was tough, man. I wish we could have did a little bit better, especially because it started off for so many fans like such a fun, like crazy hype thing, and then the fact that we just weren't able to win, I think, and also we couldn't stream our scrims, I feel like that kind of took a lot of the hype away from it. And that towards the end, people started like treating it more like as a joke rather than like something cool that we like all came together and took a little risk and wanted to do because we thought it'd be fun. But
So you're
Yeah, I
getting
mean-
LCS.
Yeah, the streaming space would have been so weird, different too, because like we would have been like highlighting teams, highlighting players with like huge viewership. Like there could be like so many more like streamers or like watchable league streams now. But like, yeah, fuck.
Unbelievable decision. I was actually talking to the person who kind of like the creator person. Her name is Mel, who like kind of leverages the content creators who do the watch parties and stuff, and talking to her about LCS. And it's like one of the things that LCS wants to do now that they have like taken a turn for the worse for the last like few years, is they want to make LCS like have like reinvigorate it. You know, they want to turn the image around, and it's like I was telling you, like what I really think you guys are trying to do is you guys are trying to make LCS cool, and it's gonna be really fucking hard if the people who are in charge of making LCS cool are not cool. Like you can't do that. Like you can't just like fake being cool. And like you guys are talking about this fucking thing. It's like to me, like outside perspective, it's a fucking no brainer. How cool is that? Like watching your favorite streamers fucking essentially play Champions Queue 5 years earlier, and like they're part of your academy system. Like that is fucking cool. And they didn't get it. Like they just.
All I'm saying is the fact that QD wasn't allowed in Champions Queue is a tragedy.
That's a crime.
He would still be playing League if he was, but
That would
then
be
now
too,
he's on
I think.
Valorant. Yep, him and Danny were grinding because of that, and QD eventually made Challenger, and they rejected his application. I get it, right? They want to make a competitive atmosphere, but you can't say QD is worse than all the
The
ADs
collegiate
in
players,
Champions
the
Queue.
amateur
Yeah, there's no
players,
way.
substitutes.
No, that's so. I think that's really unfair. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But
They just reject him because he's not a competitor.
hopefully they learn from that, and like next time he applies or someone like Cutie applies, like they'll be like more understanding.
I don't think they gave him a reason. I don't even know if he's ever talked about this. He just like didn't. He just went on.
He
with
just
his
took
life, him
it?
and Danny.
Yeah,
I mean,
mine and
it's-
Kitty's
it's
apps got
ridiculous,
declined,
man.
and then we just went to go play Valorant.
Yep. That's why they're Valorant streaming now, because they grinded to get to Challenger for Champions Queue, and then QD made it to Challenger off stream, and they still rejected both their applications.
It's totally ridiculous. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, you guys, it should just be Grandmasters and up, and any sort of credibility, right? Like, non-toxic, like not super confrontational, making the vibes like terrible. Like, it shouldn't be a problem for fucking Cutie Pie and Danny. Like, you guys should both be in Champions Queue streaming it. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Damn.
The weirdest thing is like I feel like they take all the lessons they learned from League, and they're like, oh man, we like all this stuff, and then and Valorant, their new child, which I think is going to do really well over the years. They like applied all their lessons. They have like a very core thing of a group of streamers or people they want to promote. They have a very like specific idea of how they want to do watch parties. Their esports are like super curated. Their creators are like super curated. Like they do a lot with them. And I'm just like, man, if League had this like years ago, it feels like it might have changed something. I'm not sure if it would have, but like it sucks that the lessons they learned. Like this is why I don't want to be one that walks sometimes, because I feel like the people who are running right now, who we walked for, is not even in the same game. It's in Valo right now. They're
Yeah.
running right now.
Yeah.
Or
No,
just,
it's totally
voice
true.
comms or something, bro. How come
Yeah.
there's no voice comms yet? And why they remove Duo?
I don't know.
Can you tell me why? Doublelift, why?
Dude, I say every day on my stream, man, one day Riot will fucking wake up and bring back Duo Q. Because it's so boring streaming League. And maybe like, I'm curious about what TFT streaming is like. Because it's also, there's no Duo Q in TFT, right?
Well, there's no duo, but like a lot of times you'll just queue up with your friend, or like you'll try to snipe each other, and then you just like sit on Discord and just shit talk each other while you play. And you're just like hanging out, like playing the game. Like that's pretty common. Like, people
That's
stream do
sick.
that.
That's sick. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
but-
content, right? Like, imagine you just playing. This is what League is when you're grinding solo queue. You stand there, and
isolating.
there's no comms at all, and you have to make the fucking stream entertaining for your viewers. It is so hard to
It's
do that.
hard.
Yeah.
It's hard.
So
I think
hard.
that's like the main reason why League, I don't want to say died as a game because people still play it a lot, but it's definitely not where it was before. Is when especially when we grinded as pros, and you're just trying to like get as good as possible or climb the ladder. It's an extremely isolating experience.
Yeah.
And it's like you can't even like play with your friends if you want to. Like it creates this like huge divide. I don't know. It's just not good. Like games need to be social nowadays.
I agree.
I also think Flex Q should have been what like ranked Flex is for Valo, which is not like a bad thing. But like it's I think ranked Flex has always been kind of looked down upon. I don't know exactly why. It's not as prestigious, and I get it, right? But it's also like the game was meant to be played with multiple people. That's how I feel about League, especially because it's so interconnected, right? And like in Valo, when you just queue with however many you have, it's not 4, right? Either you queue with 5 of anything. It's like Flex Queue in League.
I think it's a branding thing. Like, who wants to play something called Flex Queue? Like, they should have called
Yeah.
it like Friends Queue or something like that. Like, dude,
Ooh,
that would be poppin'.
You don't know what
that.
You don't know
No,
what's cool, bro.
Friends
You
queue?
don't know what's
Bro,
That's
what are we
so
fucking playing
cool.
Teletubbies out here?
No,
that's so
no.
cool. What?
Wait, can you
Dude.
give me a sheesh real quick?
Boy, I gotta stop
Like
you,
you
dude. Yeah,
text
you
your
didn't know
boy,
about sheesh,
you text
didn't
your
know
boy
about
like,
boy.
"Hey, you guys want
Stop
to do
with
some
the friend-
friends queue tonight?"
No, stop with
What
the
do you
friends queue,
mean?
dude.
That's
you know what year
poppin'.
we're in?
Wait,
know
I,
what
got,
year?
Poppin'.
I got a question.
Wow, dude,
Have you ever,
friends
like,
queue is
that's
so
whack.
bussin'.
have you guys ever played a game like Valo and you're like, oh, this person's really chill, and then added them and then played with that person from when you're like trying to climb the ladder? Does that ever
I've done
happen to you? Oh, you have? Okay, okay. League, I feel like back, like way back, people would do that all the time. You know,
Yep.
who's the last person you've ever added in League?
Oh, that's never happened. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
haven't added
like-
one in like last like 8 years.
No, but in
Yeah, it's
Valorant,
a
like
tough one.
someone has
Talk to
great
me.
vibes, I'll add them and like we'll like invite them to our stack if we need
I
to
added
fill.
a 12-year-old in Valorant before I added someone in League of Legends.
Yeah, isn't that
This
wild?
12-year-old who talked about KFC, I added this guy over anybody I've met in League of Legends.
Awesome, dude. Did you give him some KFC?
No, his mom gave him KFC, bro. I just asked him how he was. He said it was bussin'.
See, I told you guys, bussin' is still in. You guys making fun of me. Bussin' is
Fucking
is
12-year-old said it, man.
Let's end with the 12-year-olds right now.
I thought that's what you followed the trends, that they're like ahead of the curve or whatever. I don't know.
Not as cool as Sheesh.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
People in League are just predispositioned to. It's like you play League to like lose your faith in humanity, and other games to kind of like you get it back sometimes in like other games. You know,
That sounds so bad.
kind of how I feel.
Is League the most toxic community in?
Yes.
No,
No.
I've played
games.
Han.
Oh,
I
yeah,
played.
those-
I played
Yeah,
Han.
no,
and
no,
Dota.
bro.
Well, I never played those. I never played
Dota
those.
I'm
or
talking about right
Counter-Strike?
now. I'm talking about right now.
Oh,
Not of all time.
Dude, League was pretty bad on my exit, dude. I was getting fucking
Yeah, League's pretty
fucking
bad.
kill yourselves like every other game. Like
Yeah.
that shit was
I think I took a shitload of bad thing because it's like I don't know. I always felt like the easy punching bag for like pros and the community because I never like flame people on the reverse end, and I never get mad at stuff. So people just get like super mad that I exist and I'm popular. So like I would just get, if my skill level was low, I would just get shit on like nonstop. I got shit on nonstop for like fucking 4 years straight, and finally I was like, all right, fuck this.
dude, I used to do that, but then every jungler used to just flame the shit out of me for no reason, and I started fucking clapping back. And that's why every jungler hates me in solo queue. I can't play solo queue now because like everyone has a vendetta against me, dude. Like fucking Charisma, fucking Tarzan, all those fuckers hate me.
I feel like if you don't flame people and you're not gonna like snap back, people are just more likely to like come at you. Like I don't know. I feel like I would always like Scara said, like I would always just get like unnecessary like aggression from people I'm playing with or whatever. It's just like it felt targeted a lot of the time. It's just
Yep.
like maybe because like we're not like fighting back, and I mean I have no interest in doing that really, but it's a weird like it's a weird thing. I don't
I
know.
think that it should be the opposite because people are bad about flaming nice people, right? Like it's like if
No,
you're
they don't
toxic, like
care.
if you flame Tarzan, it almost
No.
feels like oh, it's okay to flame Tarzan because like he flames everyone else. It's like well, you get what's coming, but I don't know. I just think the community is just that toxic where it overrides.
fucked.
It
Nice
overrides
guys
like
finish
humanity.
The nice guys finished last on God. I remember I used to be the nicest lad in solo queue, the nicest, friendliest guy.
Right, Danny.
No ice on. I used to be the nicest lad. And then Chase Shaco flamed me this one time, and he even tweeted, "Oh my God, I flamed Danny in solo queue today. I'm a bad person." He said sorry and everything. I was the nicest lad, but fuck everybody now.
All right, so I think it is the most toxic then.
But I will say, I think comms would save everything. I think like what you type and what you ping in League, it just gets misinterpreted. Like if you just had voice comms to explain yourself what you wanted to do and articulate yourself, like half
Yeah.
the problems would be solved.
When
I
they say
agree.
kill yourself, they mean like kill yourself in the side lane. So you can
Yeah.
pressure away.
Go
Like
side lane.
suicide
You play
squad.
sad. What are you doing mid? Go,
Yeah.
go kill yourself side lane. Go bot.
Has anyone ever told you to kill
Oh.
yourself in Valorant?
No.
They get banned really fast.
Yeah.
though.
Yes.
Really?
Really.
Yeah, people get banned really fast in Valorant.
People. Yeah, I've
No, no.
I've definitely experienced way less toxicity in Valorant than League.
Do you think it's
That-
because of the comms or it's just bussin'?
It's so bussin'.
I remember I
it's- I
played
think-
Apex Legends when it came out. It was like my second game, and I like dropped with these guys, and then like I was just like trying to figure stuff out, and then they just started like cussing me out, like slurs, like kill yourself, and I just like stopped playing the game after that. I was too scarred,
wait,
man.
what?
Oh my god.
Apex.
No
Oh my
way,
God.
dude. You
Yeah.
the
You
mics
got
don't even
really
work in
unlucky,
Apex.
bro.
There's no way you heard that.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
but-
did.
The mics are so scuffed you can't even hear shit.
I
There's no-
did. They were
That's-
coming. They were
that's
coming
your,
pretty
that's your
clear to
headphones.
me.
That's your headphones, Joey. That's you.
No, dude.
Danny's
never heard that.
gaslighting. Danny's gaslighting boy. Jesus. Okay, so what's everyone's worst teammate story? Now that we're on the topic of toxic fucking people. Boy, can you please like not mention me?
Yeah, why don't you go first?
Whoa, we're doing this?
Nah, you're good.
Are we
You're
actually
good,
doing this?
I feel like of
Worst
all
teammate.
of us,
We're just gonna throw them all under the
me,
bus right
Danny and Saint were toxic, and Skara and VOYBOY were the victims.
Yeah.
Boy,
Yeah.
we were talking about how on CLG, which I thought was fucking hilarious, but also terrible, like funny in a sad way. We played on
Funny in a
CLG a
sad
little
way.
bit. We played for like a year, I think, or maybe even less than a year.
Yeah, season 2.
Yeah,
It was like both. It was we went to Worlds with CLG, yeah, and we went to Korea as well.
Dang,
It
were
was
you on the
wild.
team at all with Voy, or did
No, Boy was in the. That's when George went to jungle.
Hotshot went jungle? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It was
Okay,
the
well-
exploits.
I remember very clearly that Voy, exactly as he is now, was very positive and very like communicative, right? And he's like very earnest, kind of like bright-eyed. And when he joined CLG, we were literally the most toxic team that I've ever been on. Like everyone was always trying to shit on each other. Like the point of scrimming was not to improve. It was to point out your teammates' mistakes. Like, and so
that.
Boy comes in, and like he's so positive and nice, and because he's not willing to flame us back, every single day we just take turns shitting on Boy. like every game is Boy's fault. All of his picks are dog shit. Like Boy is like the way he's thinking about the game is wrong, and the dude is just. At the end of the year, we kick him off the team after a disappointing Worlds experience, and it was not Boy's fault at all. It was like at the end, I was like, "Holy shit, man!
Fuck!
This was the worst fucking year of my life. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why did
You're
we
just
kick
a
Boy?"
walker, Joe. You're
Wait,
not a
worse
runner.
than the
You're
year
just a
before?
walker, man.
Dude, oh my god. Thank you for validating me a little bit. I felt like I was like delusional or something when I was on the team, because I knew like what like the things I was trying to do and like my play and like the way I was, because I would try to bring the team together in a way. Like I would be like, guys, like let's try to like be more positive, like let's try this stuff, like let's not like, you know, we need to be like, you know, working towards building our team, not like tearing it down. And like you said, it was like a really destructive environment. And I was like, I was like 16 years old, and I was just like just I was like overwhelmed by everything, and you guys would put so much pressure on me and like tell me my like off meta picks were bad, even though like we'd like do like well with it. And then after Worlds, like I wasn't even like the reason like we like lost or whatever. And then you guys are like, all right, Boy, you're off the team. We're bringing in Loco Doco. You know, it was a good year. I was just sad, man. It was a tough year,
You
but
got
you know,
replaced by Loco Doco.
things got better.
No. I'll tell you what happened. I think the main reason why you got replaced is because we all didn't like Hotshot's jungling so much that we wanted him to go back top. Like, I'm pretty sure that's why, but I don't remember 100%.
Oh, and he still wanted to play, right?
Yeah, and it was his team.
Yeah.
was
That
fucked.
sounds about right too.
It was fucked.
Ah.
I feel so bad. I mean,
It
I don't
wasn't
even...
your fault, Copium.
Well, I remember when I first met you, like MLG Raleigh or something. You were filling in for somebody. Somebody couldn't make it. I can't remember.
Oh yeah, it was Gigi, right?
Oh yeah, it was Gigi. And then
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just look over because you're like right next to me, and there's like this child there just sitting in the seat. It's just like, does anyone know whose kid this is?
Dude, I was so confused. MLG Raleigh. I think I was like 15. I
You
showed
were
up.
young.
No one told me to bring my mouse and keyboard, and I was like just like dumb, so I didn't bring any gear. And I showed up, and they were like, everyone was like, "Hey, you got your stuff." It's like, what? Wait, oh my god, I should have brought my gear. And so I had to like, for the first time in our matches, I was like using new stuff. But we actually popped off that tournament. We won, right?
Yeah, we won. I mean, we're versus like Liquid and other people. Yeah.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
The Soraka. Oh no, who was that? Pure Golden Boy.
Wait, wait. Were you on Curse, Doublelift?
I was on
Yeah, he was
Curse
on-
in season
you were on
1,
Curse.
yeah.
Yeah, you're on Curse then.
And that was were you at Mildred Raleigh?
No, I think I missed that tournament for some reason. I don't know why.
okay,
I think I might have
okay.
just joined CLG and like we didn't make it to that tourney or some shit.
That
No,
makes sense.
So we were on CLG. You were on Curse at the time. Or no, you weren't even on Curse.
I was on
What were you
Epic
even
Gaming.
doing? Yeah, you were Epic Gaming. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, it was EG. Wait, it was CLG, EG, TSM, and then wasn't it? It was like Prawley and like Laudem Mortis and those guys. I
Holy
forgot what their
shit.
team
Flex
was.
City Black maybe.
Something like that. Yeah. That was the 4 teams there. I remember that. It was wild, dude. The old tournaments were like so scuffed, but there was something kind of cool about them.
Oh, something cool like when we
ARAM?
and Curse.
You guys agreed to play the
We
finals.
agreed to
ARAM?
Oh my god,
We
this-
agreed to do an ARAM, and we
You
did
guys
it
are
outside.
so stupid. By the way.
Outside at like a
Hey,
sandwich
pros
place.
don't do that anymore, man. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Pros
No,
don't do that no
I'm
more.
just saying. Well, the FGC still does that, I'm pretty sure. But then, like, we colluded to do it. Okay, it was there, and the reason why we were found out was because a random passerby was just like eating a sandwich and heard us, and they just walked to the people and be like, "Yo, they were talking about this." And the entire time we were doing this, I remember saying everyone's like agreeing, "Yeah, let's do this." And even like Liquid, which was your manager,
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah, let's do this." Yeah. Fuck
Well,
it.
no, because we were so pissed because when we play each other, right, the computers would be lined up, and I literally be like staring you in the face across from you on the other team, and I could hear every single thing you're saying the whole game.
They wouldn't let us pee at any point during the set. They wouldn't let us practice on Summoner's Rift. Their official training guidebook said we could only practice on Dominion. And Dominic got so
Oh, I
mad.
remember
He's
that.
like, "I'm a jungler. How the fuck do I practice on Dominion?" So like we were so
Holy
mad at the event that we were just like, "Yeah, we're just fucking do it."
Oh, so
And then,
that's
like-
why. I thought you guys were just like willfully dumb. You know, like, oh my god, I hope
It
that this
was
will be
the
funny. But
worst
like
We were
run-
really,
it was an
we
act
were
of
dumb too.
rebellion.
retaliating against
Yeah,
the event.
we were rebellious. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
afterwards, Ryan was like, "Don't fucking do this again." And we're like, "Okay, yeah, my bad." And then we joked about it because the people who got the prize money was 3rd and 4th. So it was like, it was Coast, right?
Danny made
And then
it.
we were-
I wasn't
no,
playing
no,
back
it
then.
was
Wasn't it
I
Meat
think they're-
Playground?
it
Oh
was
yeah,
someone-
Meat Playground with Paul Belter.
we
It
joked
was-
about it, like, "Oh, we paid for their college fund." It's like we didn't give a shit about the tournament.
They must have been TD back then. Team Dynamic.
Oh yeah,
My
no, that was
God.
them.
Bro, I forgot about that team. Fuck. One of my favorite old stories on the topic of old tournaments is I feel like this is gonna be so in character for Phantom Lord. I went to this tournament called IM New York in 2012, and on the other side of the bracket, like another group or another like bracket was what was Phantom Lord's team called?
They
Fuck.
refused to play with him, right?
Yes,
Some shit?
he was
Why
on a
was
team
that? I can't even remember.
with God, I'll never fucking remember the team name, but he was on a team with a bunch of people who didn't want to play with him. They wanted to replace him with I think it was like NY Jackie or something. And so he at the tournament, he shows up with his team, and it was V8. It was V8.
Oh
And-
yeah, there you go.
He shows up with his team. No one wants to play with him. He's completely useless because if you ban Brand and Karthus, he can't play anything. He can only play Revive Smite Karthus or Revive TP Karthus and Brand. And his team doesn't want to play with him. They tell him, "We don't want to play with you." He says, "I don't care." He sits down at his team's like row 5 mid, and he just says, "I'm not moving. There's nothing you can do. This is my team now." And then they're forced to play with him the whole tournament. They lose out, and no one ever talks to him ever again. Like, he's such an asshole. Like, he would not let his team kick him off the fucking roster. Like, it was so funny to watch. And the whole team is all like mental boomed beyond belief. I love that. And then like years later, he turns out to be a scum lord. So not surprised.
Good times.
Go.
Good
Yeah,
times.
good times, good times.
Man, that shit would I would love to see fucking Breaking Point in 2022. You know, I would love to see like some crazy shit happen, but I think there's just too much money on the line now for it to happen.
I don't think people get put in like super crazy positions that aren't like inner team related, you know? Because like
Yeah.
we're talking about like essentially 2 of the top orgs colluding at a fucking finals event. I don't think
Yeah.
anything like that would happen. It'd
No,
be like
they're never. The
teammates are
sponsors
really
would all
pissed
drop
at each
you.
other. Yeah, exactly.
You guys are legends. Nothing
You
nothing
guys-
like that's gonna happen.
You guys walked so people could run.
We killed it so they could run.
That's your legacy. Good job.
I mean, I don't think it's all worse right now. Like strictly
Yeah,
speaking,
yeah.
I think LCS or like esports in general, including LCS, is so much more polished, and like players are not being flown out halfway across the world and getting stranded if they lose. Like no, one-way flights, like fucking sleeping in hostels. I slept in a hostel in Europe where there was just cockroaches under the bed. Like it was disgusting. And
Is
then
that the clown
Dude.
camp?
Chauster woke up
Is
and
that
his
the clown
entire
camp?
body was covered in hives because there was bed bugs. Like that, like
I
there
remember
was like
that.
so many disgusting things happening back
Oh.
then.
The IMO championships, they set us up in a child hostel.
I
So
am
the
Yeah, the
best-
clown
Hanover.
camp. It was the
The
clown
cloud
camp.
camp, dude.
Yeah,
That
it
was
was-
insane.
it
That was
in the
actually the
middle-
scariest place
Yes.
I've ever been in my entire. Like people go and they like we're gonna explore this castle that 80 people got murdered in. Like no,
Oh my god.
this like you like wake up to go pee or whatever. There's like this giant like clown picture and like like those train cars like in like the field you can see and stuff. Like all
It's the
rickety.
middle of the forest, and it's a clown-based children's hostel that looks like it was run down. So
Wait,
when you come
to
in,
get-
there's clowns on every
to-
wall.
To get there, oh, sorry.
Wait, you remember somebody pooped in the middle of the hallway?
What
like
the
during
fuck?
that? You remember
Oh,
that?
European team, right?
Yeah, one of the European teams. They
Oh
pooped
my
in the middle of the hallway.
No fucking way.
It was just on the floor.
Yo, Joey, fess up, dude. Was it you?
No, I swear to God, it wasn't me. I'm pretty sure it was a EU team to like throw us off our game. I think that's what we were theory
No
crafting
fucking
about.
Way.
And to get to the hostel, we went down like this like dark winding road for like 10 minutes, like just in the middle of like the forest, and then we finally showed up there. And then yeah, I remember like there was like was there like a clown like statue, or wasn't like a big figure or something like in there too? I don't know. There was just like a lot of weird stuff.
I don't know. Fuck that place.
I'm so sad we don't have like video recordings of all the shit back then. Like you don't know how nice it would be at the time because you just think it's normal. Like you're just living it. But I'm so
Dude,
sad I didn't
I just
record
remember
everything.
like the EU teams losing and being so fucking pissed off they were just yelling or something like that.
CLG.
I think that was the event where Void brought out lead top, and all the teams were just like,
Oh.
what the fuck do we do? This fucking champion's bullshit.
Oh, I
I
remember that.
smurfed on
No.
everyone that tournament.
Well,
That was so fun.
Boy, that was a
That
tournament.
shit was-
That was a tournament where I told everyone we need to get VOYBOY. Like we need to get this
yeah,
guy.
dude. We like would win our
Is that
games. I would come to the lobby, and then you were like, dude, Void's just too fucking good. Like he's like the fucking best top laner. And then we went into the finals, and we got crushed by Moscow 5, and I just
I
felt
think
like
you're good.
shit.
They're
Oh, wait,
too
you
good.
remember that? Wait, Peter, do you remember that tournament? Because people didn't scrim back then. Remember?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
We never scrimmed.
I remember.
But Chauster was like, this was when like ADCs and support were starting to become a thing.
Mhm.
And Chauster's like, no. It's like, we're just going to play kill lane every game. Like, we'll just play Blitzcrank Alistar and we'll shit on them. I'm like, okay, that's whatever you
Jesus.
guys. And this is when you just joined the team, remember? And all you
Yeah.
played was Blitzcrank.
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like,
I remember that. The
yeah,
Blitz-
I think we played
the
versus you
Blitz-
guys on Dig. And like, I'm like literally on my second camp. It's just like double kill. I'm like, oh, we're doing. Oh no, it's not good.
We're
We're
getting
the
shit
ones
on?
being
Fuck.
killed.
You guys would play like Tarot Graves, just like stun and like try one shot people. I
Yeah,
remember
just, like,
that.
cheesy shit.
Yeah. No, I mean Chauster was
That was good.
actually people meme about how he was the brains and stuff, but he was so fucking smart about the game back then. Like some of the stuff that he taught me and the rest of the team then is like stuff that players still struggle with right now. Like he so smart. It's
Street
fucking
Fighter?
good. Damn it, yeah, Street Fighter. How to rage properly. How to demean and strip someone's ego down to zero. No, he was good.
No,
he was good.
I always thought Chaucer was really smart. I mean, we wouldn't like agree about everything when it comes to the game, but the way he would like look at things, I definitely like learned a lot from playing with him too. For
He was
Yeah,
sure.
smart.
yeah.
He
The
was
one thing I
smart.
never learned from him was work ethic.
I remember you guys like told like I would play in Korea. I was playing like I think the most solo queue, but I was just practicing like my like random champion pool that I was developing, the technology. I remember I was like grinding solo queue, and you guys were like playing Street Fighter, like yelling right next to me, And then after like we'd have like a meeting and like, all right, boy, we need you to play like more of this in solo queue. And I was just thinking like, wait, these guys like they're not like practicing. Like why is it on me?
That is fucked up, bro.
You guys did that second time in Korea too? The run back?
Yeah,
Us?
they did.
The first time we were in Korea, like me and Gigi would be like playing solo queue all the time. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go check in on then like George would be missing. Like I haven't seen George in 2 weeks. I don't know where the fuck he
he's
went.
gone.
Then we come in and you guys would be just playing Street Fighter.
Really? Oh shit!
Yeah,
Guys, come
you
on!
guys love
I
that
was a
game.
hard worker. Chowster was the lazy one, and he
Your
dragged
Ryu
me down.
really got good, yeah.
Come on, guys. I just, dude, one of the funniest things that happened to us back then that I can remember is like we showed up to Korea, and how nowadays Korean boot camps are like everything is comped. The hotel is set up. The PCs are ready. You know, you pay for this all exclusive, all what is it called? It's like a comprehensive boot camp package where everything is taken care of. And then, like back then, we go to Korea for a boot camp, and like we show up and like we don't have the keys to the apartment, and we're stranded at a 7-Eleven, and also there's no internet and there's no PCs. And it's like, what are we doing? I was so confused. What are we doing in Korea? There's literally not even computers. Like it was the most scuffed shit I've ever seen.
Like Becca was our translator. It's just like, bro,
Yeah.
this is so hard.
And then the second that was your first trip, right?
Yes.
That
The
was my
second
first
trip we stayed in like that hotel. Oh yeah, Scar, you were there too, right?
All I remember from that trip was CLG's room had a pyramid of McDonald's from the floor to about my neck height. And Chaucer and everyone was telling me like, yeah, Chaucer's he's a
Oh, he loved the McDonald's.
he majored in, he's a nutritionist.
Yeah, he was a
I walked into his room
nutritionist.
and literally just McDonald's to my fucking neck. I was like, wow, they're really going at it, you know.
No, I remember talking to
Wouldn't
Chaucer,
Chaucer? He would be like, you go ahead, you go ahead.
I mean, he was my inspiration. He was my role model, and I was trying to lose weight, and he was telling me, "Oh, dude, all you have to do is go to the gym, and the only thing that matters is macros." So I've carefully calculated all the macros in this McDonald's meal, and it's actually healthy. And I was like, "Wow, Chauster, thank you." I had no idea about this stuff, and I like followed his teachings. I'm like, "Why am I not getting any progress?" Like, how the fuck was he a nutritionist, man? This guy was trolling us.
You idiot.
It's so funny because the thing I was gonna say before you started talking was that I just distinctly remember Chaucer being like, "Oh, no, like yeah, like McDonald's, it's good for you. Like yes, like it's actually good, like healthy." I was like, all right, I'm down.
Wait,
Let's
did
have
he
some
go to school
McDonald's.
for that or what? Or like, did he just say he was a nutritionist?
I think that he literally just lied that he was a nutritionist. There is no way.
Wait, you're dumb as shit for
I
listening.
was 18 years old. Bro, you're 18 years old. Some fucking 25-year-old nutritionist tells you McDonald's is good for you. What are you going to think?
I'm a fucking fraud, dumbass.
Fuck, dude.
I trust Chaucer.
Yes.
I mean, Danny, surely you have some crazy-ass story from back in the day. I mean, there was like there was literally a fist fight on your team, no?
Was there?
Something similar. I don't know if I could say that one on stream though.
Oh, dude, come on.
That- no, that one-
don't say the names, but say what happened.
No, I can't. I don't think that one I'm allowed to say.
All right, fine.
Next one.
I'll fucking sum it up without naming names. I heard on CLG that on Shifter's team there was like a fight that happened where like a guy pinned another guy up against a wall and like slammed the fucking wall, and it just like ruined the team permanently after that. That's what I
Holy
heard.
Shit. I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about this one. This one was like it was worse than a fist fight.
Worse than a fist fight?
Yes.
Holy shit, bro. All right, we're gonna exit this one gracefully.
I don't think I can talk about that one.
All right, say it, Scar. Any
It was
crazy
cool
stories?
though.
Nope. Nothing interesting ever happened back in the day. Wait, double. I have a weird question. You're gonna hate me for this, but do you still sleep with your eyes open?
Oh, dude, only sometimes when I'm really tired. Yes.
Oh, okay. Because I remember we had like the sleeping arrangements for the Korea thing.
Yeah, and I'm just
And then we had
sleeping
the
like
two.
this.
Yeah, we had the two beds like right next to each other. And I would like lay down. I'm like, man, I'm tired. And then I look over, like I open my eyes to look at you, and your eyes are just like full white, just like beaming at me like some like headlights on a car. I was like, is this motherfucker asleep? And I'm just like, he's fucking asleep. You know? After that, I was like, I think I'm gonna sleep on the couch.
It's
or
a
whatever.
genetic
That's the
thing,
truth.
bro. Sometimes, like for some people, they're like eyelids, including mine. Sometimes they don't like close fully when you're sleeping, and like it looks like I'm sleeping. Like it looks like I'm fucking wide awake, dude. Half the time when I'm
No, I'm not
playing,
blaming you. I just like at the time I was like,
no, it's
holy
fucking
shit.
scary. It's creepy as fuck.
I remember that we were roomies in Korea, so your bed's right next to mine. I would just wake up in the middle of the night, and then it's not every night, right? It's just sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you'd be like looking at me. I was like, oh shit. But yeah, that's
My bad,
good
guys.
times.
I'm staring.
No, you're good. You're good, bro.
Some stories we just can't talk about, man. Like that shit is dark.
Oh
OG,
shit.
OG esports is just dark.
OG
man.
esports was dark. I mean, like there's
Yeah.
another story. Like I to this day don't even know the details, but like there was like some crazy shit that happened with Quas that got him immediately removed from the team, and everybody, like, it was so tight-lipped, and everyone back then loved to gossip anyways. Like all the pro players were like friends gossiping and shit, and like nobody could find out what the fuck happened with Quas, and apparently it was like so bad that like, you know, no one can fucking
That's when
talk
we were in
about
the
it.
house, wasn't it, boy? We just
Yeah.
we just woke up one day and he's just gone.
I think so. Yeah. I forgot exactly, but he was definitely like struggling with some stuff. But yeah, it's tough.
Damn, I did not know you guys were on the same. You were playing mid?
No, I was playing on Curse Academy at the time or whatever the heck, and then Boy was on the LCS. Actually, that whole situation was so funny because we got this house in like Redondo Beach, and like Steve is like, telling the people, the landlord people, it's like, yeah, there's just gonna be 3 college guys staying in this house. It's a 3-bedroom, by the way. Meanwhile, it's like 15 people or whatever the fuck.
Dude, of course, like it's not old school esports if someone's not like sleeping in the closet, somebody sleeping on the stairs, like just like crammed in frat house.
Mark was sleeping in the closet in that one. Mark Z,
Yeah.
Yep.
the homie.
That's
Look
the
at
privacy
now.
spot.
I just remember that having the funniest stories, like from back then, being like, that's our house never did like, we didn't do drugs, we didn't drink even. All we did was like go out for food and like we'd chill. Like when we watch the players and they're fucking like drinking nonstop, I was like, that's like probably like the Curse house. Like we weren't like that. I don't know if you guys at Curse did like hard drinking, but like we were really like
No, I mean, dude, Curse, like at least when I was on the team, it was mostly chill. I feel like Curse was like hell. You guys were hella partying like before I joined, right? Like when you had like
we
the
partied a
LA
lot.
mansion and that kind of stuff. And then when I was on the team, it was just like, all right, we need to like get into the LCS, like or whatever.
That's when we went to Vegas, right?
Yeah. Well, so I joined after I got relieved from CLG. It was like the start of season. Oh yeah, Curse was not in the LCS. Remember, we had to qualify, and then I came to the LA house. It was like Culver City, or I don't forget where it was exactly. And then we trained for like 3 months. Then we played around like the LCS qualification matches. We got in, and then I think we moved to Vegas like shortly after. Yeah, that's what happened, dude. Speaking of Curse, you remember Roman, our coach?
Yes.
Dude, okay, so basically what happened is we didn't really have like coaching structure. We were trying to like figure it out. We'd like get like random analysts to like look at our games or like come in, and then we had this one coach, Roman, who was supposed to like bring our team together, like toughen us up, like lead us to victory. We like flew him into the Curse house, and then he got there, and then he would just never say anything. And then he would like watch our games. He'd be on his phone, like it seemed like he was taking notes, but then he just never would give us anything to like work with. Like, do you remember saying? And then
I remember
before you were telling us like he's gonna come in like crack skulls, like he's gonna like make us like so good, and he just never talked.
No. Like I remember me and Steve interviewed with him right at some burger place, and I remember I'm like, so how are you gonna get like Voy to do what you want to do? Like, how are you gonna convince him to like? He's talking about how he's very good at getting people on his side or something. He's like, I know what Voy wants. I know what he needs. Like, I can do it or whatever.
I hate
And
those
he's like
spiritual type people, man. They're always peddling bullshit.
No, yeah, and then he was saying how he's gonna be like a hard charger and like crackheads, all that kind of shit. And then I was like, I don't know, Steve. I think this guy's full of shit. But whatever.
Dude, he didn't say anything. I don't remember a single thing he told me. Like,
and then he broke the director chair. Remember the director chair?
Yeah,
So we
yeah,
had
yeah,
to-
yeah, the
yeah,
director chair.
He broke that and he was never seen again.
Oh my god, dude. But then yeah, you compare that to like the coaching you guys or like the players get now. I feel like I don't even know what that looks like, but it just feels like it's got to be like completely night and day.
I
But
mean, Danny was saying this back at fucking Vegas that like back then everyone was their own coach. You know, if you want to improve, you got to figure it out on your own. It's not you don't get this packet and a whiteboard telling you this today. You know, this week I want you to focus on these things. I want you to watch these VODs, practice these champs, try this build. It's like you're doing your own homework. You know, so I think it's like for you if you played right now. You know, transplant you on a team. It's not that different for you, but for everyone else who comes in and doesn't have to learn those skills, it's like you're getting like you're getting the fast pass to like all those things. You don't really need to coach yourself too much.
Yeah, back
Yeah,
then it was just like coaches. It was just like
It's a
facilitators
fake-
who
yeah.
would like start a conversation because like everyone's like awkward as fuck, can't like really say what they're like in their put into
Yeah.
words what they're thinking. Like they're just facilitators. Nowadays they actually have coaches. They have like positional coaches even. Like what the fuck is that?
I mean, these people are literally reading books about coaching, man. It's a real deal.
Wait, I read
What?
books about coaching. That shit done.
Yeah. The thing is like real sports coaching does not translate to esports coaching very well because people in real sports have already been brought up through a system, or like they already have the like hard charging mentality. But you try to coach like a league player, it's like I have no social skills. I played the game in my basement for 20 hours straight every single day, and I'm lazy as fuck.
Yeah,
It's like, well, let me
your
give him
jo-
the Vince Lombardi speech or some shit, you know? It's
Dude, I think my mom was like a better coach when I was playing in her basement and shit. It's like just eat your vegetables. That's like the best coaching tip I've ever had in my life.
you can do it, honey.
You can do it. Eat your broccoli.
I'm not even
The
kidding.
fuck did any of my coaches do?
A lot of the time it was just like getting people to like be in the same room to talk. Like I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
Like getting people to like open up about what went wrong. I like talk about like the CLG coaching where like one of the most effective ways to that like I found a way to figure out the problem and solve it was to like literally go get McDonald's like, late at night because like people wouldn't talk the whole day and then like at 11 p.m. it'd be like anyone want McDonald's? I go with them and in the car they'd be like, damn, today fucking sucked. I'd be like, oh, it sucked, right? Oh, okay. I take out my fucking notepad. So why did it suck? It's like, yeah, I just didn't really like what Peter did today. I'm like, well, what did he do? And I'm like, just like, oh, okay, yeah, like, okay. So like, it'd be nice if they did this instead. And that's how I would learn what went wrong. But they didn't fucking talk about it for like at all. Otherwise, from that point, so finding ways to like get around communication issues when like you're not, everyone's kind of like a gamer, right? They don't really want to bring up their feelings. It's like biggest problem.
For me that was IHOP. Like they'd take me out to IHOP and be like, dude, what went wrong today? Who don't you like? Who do you want to get kicked? Like that's why fuck IHOP.
yo, IHOP has good burgers by the
No.
way.
Oh, they
Just
do.
saying.
IHOP.
They do.
It's called
Let's
the
go.
Burger Lounge, right? Or the Burger Den or some
Something
shit like
like
that.
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
yeah.
ghost kitchen. I ordered from it, and I'm like, damn, this place owns. Maybe I should go there in person. I googled the address. I'm like, this is fucking IHOP. Like, but it's kind of
Yeah, it's actually good.
not bad. It's not
I
bad.
swear.
Fucking IHOP, man.
All right, guys, we're nearing the end. LCS is about to kick off, but before we wrap things up, I got to do a quick shout out to Manscaped for sponsoring this episode of Trash Talk. Guys, Father's Day is just around the corner. If you're looking for a great gift, the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0 includes the Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear and nose trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold the goodies. You got to get this package for your package. Make sure you check it out. Trash Talk at checkout for 20% off and free shipping. What do you guys think about having great smelling and trimmed balls? I think
Send me
it's
some ball
fantastic.
ASAP.
That sounds wonderful. I'm about to order
I think I'm
5
gonna
of
get
them right
5.
now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would not be surprised. You guys can all tab out of here and just immediately go get it.
I'm about to do that. You want to do a Manscaped session next time I
Yeah,
see you,
We
bro?
could stream
Yeah, is
one
it like a
together.
2-for-1 deal, like a family pack?
I'm down.
I mean, it's a great gift for yourself or your father for Father's Day. Thank you to Manscaped for the sponsorship. And are any last words, guys, that you wanna say before I go fucking watch LCS for 5 hours straight?
Ooh, that'll be fun.
Nah, get excited, man.
Yeah.
Are you guys
might
actually
wanna
gonna
save some
watch? Or are
coffee
you guys
so you
gonna
don't
go
fall
No.
about
asleep.
your day?
I'm not gonna watch.
Do you guys still watch LCS?
I
I have to.
tune in every now and then for like 5 minutes.
I haven't watched it in a
What's
while.
up?
I was watching a little of the last finals, and I tuned in a little MSI just to see what's going on, but yeah, not like regularly too much.
I think I have the unluckiest games because I'll watch like TSM when they're like bottom of the standings and their games are just terrible. Or I'll watch one of the worst games in LCS whenever I tune in. I watch a couple games this season.
I watch the big games.
Let me know if you guys ever want to come on the co-stream. Actually, I want to diversify like the watch parties. I love doing it with Seeking Meteors and it's really fun. But like, I think it's just the vibe that I like with doing the watch parties for LCS is like it's kind of like this. You know, it's just like we're just like shooting a shit, and the LCS is on, but we're not talking about what's happening all the time. Only when it's
It's
like
a
something
hang.
interesting.
Yeah, it's a hang.
Yeah, it's a hangout.
Does anything like funny happen on LCS anymore? Like funny games, like funny moments.
Do they tell
Like,
any jokes?
I'll give an example. Like, you remember like fuck, what was it? It was Renegades versus Dig when everyone died to their Herald and
Renegades,
Tower. Fucking everybody aced
So funny.
themselves. You guys remember that?
Yeah,
Does
that was
stuff happen
classic.
anymore?
Well, the LCS can sometimes be a comedy, yes. Sometimes.
And
I feel like Raz is pretty funny. I don't know if you guys have
Oh, yeah,
watched
I
that
like
guy.
Raz.
I like his
I like
intro.
Oh yeah, Raz awesome.
Awesome. He gives off good vibes. But
so it's not like haha funny. Okay.
yeah. I don't know. LCS is not. All right, well, thank you all for being on the podcast. That was Trash Talk episode 7. It was a joy. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.
It was a lot of fun. Thanks
Bye.
for chilling,
Bye.
guys. See ya. Bye.
Yeah.
Peace.
Thank the fucking Lord, that's
Fuck you, Danny.